Hello. Hello.
Hello,
Hello.
sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Yeah, it's audible, sir.
No.
Yes, sir.
Not this.
Within short time, we will start the program. Sir.
Yes. I'm ready.
Yes.
Good morning, everyone. Today, we are gathered here for the International E-Workshop on Foreign Scholarship Opportunities 2025. It is organized in the Science College Nanded by the Department of Physics and Electronics. Before going to the Param Pujya Swami Ramanand Tirth, I would like to welcome you all for the E-Workshop on Foreign Scholarship Opportunities. Now, I request Dr. L.P. Shinde sir, the convener of the program, to please go with this.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir. We are checking with the technicalities.
Yeah, because
Will
his
be, sir.
voice
Voice will be.
is not.
Yes, yes, yes. It will be audible, sir. We are checking it.
Hello.
Yes, you are audible now.
Sir, you are audible now. Sir.
Good morning to all of you. I am Principal Dr. L.P. Shinde, Science College Nanded. It is great pleasure to honor Dr. Venkatesh Kabde sir, ex-MP and President of Nanded Society Nanded. Also, I am honored to Dr. C.A. Praveen Patil sir, Vice President of Nanded Society Nanded. Secretary so Shamatha Patki Madam, Nanded Society Nanded, and Joint Secretary Advocate Praful Agrawal. It's my great pleasure and honor to give all of you to the International E-Workshop on Foreign Scholarship Opportunities 2025. This workshop is a significant step towards empowering our students and faculty with knowledge about global educational opportunities. In a rapidly globalizing world, access to international scholarship and education is no longer a luxury. It is a necessity. Such opportunities not only open doors to advanced learning but also foster culture exchange. As part of Amrit Mahotsav celebration of Nanded Society Nanded, we are honored to this workshop. The founded with a vision of excellence, NEA Science College is a premier institution in the Marathwada region, known for its state-of-the-art infrastructure, excellent faculty, and robust research facilities over the year. We have successfully nurtured countless scholars and professionals who have gone to the make a mark in diverse fields. This workshop is a part of our continuous endeavor to bring global opportunities closer to our students with speakers of the highest caliber such as Dr. Vishal Dwivedi from Finland, Dr. Hanuma Reddy from Slovenia, and Mohammad Sharif from Germany. All these are in European countries. We are confident that the participant will gain practical knowledge about foreign scholarship, global research opportunities, and the skills required to excel in international academic and industrial landscape. I express my deepest gratitude to our chief guest, Dr. Venkatesh Kabde sir, the president is Nanded Women Society Nanded, for his visionary leadership and constant encouragement. I also extend a warm welcome to Professor Mahendra Shirsat, Dean, Faculty of Science and Technology, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar, Marathwada University, Nanded, sorry, Aurangabad, who has graced this occasion as our chief guest. Lastly, I would like to thank the organizing team and our coordinator, Dr. Vijay Kiran Narwade, for their relentless efforts in making this workshop possible. Urge all participants to make the most of this event, actively engage, and take this an opportunity to dream big and act decisively. Together, let us create a future that knows no boundaries. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now, I request Dr. Vijay Kiran Narwade, sir. Before that, I would like to tell all the participants that the president for the today's function is Dr. Venkatesh Kabde, also the president of Nanded Education Society. And I warmly welcome our chief guest, Mahendra Shirsat, sir, Dean Science and Technology, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar, Marathwada University, Aurangabad. Now, I request Dr. Vijay Kiran Narwade to proceed with the.
Thank you, sir. Good morning to all the dignitaries, speakers, and the participants. It is my privilege to welcome you all to this International E-Workshop on Foreign Scholarship Opportunities, that is IEW FSO 2025. This workshop is a culmination of efforts of the Department of Physics and Electronics and the IQAC cell of NES Science College Nanded, which aim to guiding student, researcher, faculties in realizing their dreams of studying or working abroad. Foreign scholarship are not just about the funding, they are about the gateways to world-class education, innovation research, and global collaborations. Through today's sessions, we aim to provide clarity on the processes, requirements, and strategies for applying to these prestigious scholarships. We are honored to have three esteemed speakers. Dr. Vishal Dwivedi, basically he's from a researcher from Finland. Dr. Hanuma Reddy, he is working as an assistant professor in Slovenia. And Dr. Mohammad Sharik, he is basically working as a scientist in Fraunhofer Institute, Germany. Each of these experts bring a unique perspective and the wealth of experience that will benefit every participant. I also take this opportunity to express my gratitude to our chief guest, Dr. Venkatesh Kabde sir and Professor Mahendra Shirsat sir, for their valuable presence and inspiring whatever the words they will share with us. Definitely that will be inspiring to every one of us. A special thanks to Professor Principal Dr. Lakshman Shinde sir, our convener for this, for his constant guidance and support in organizing this event. To the participant, I urge you to actively participate in today's sessions, ask questions, take notes, and learn from the journey of our speakers. This workshop is designed to motivate and equip you with the tools you need to succeed in the global academic and professional arena. Lastly, I thank to organizing team, the management of Nanded Education Society, and all who contributed to make this event possible. Let's make today's workshop a memorable and enriching experience for everyone. Thank you. Thank you so much. And a happy journey, a happy learning process. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Now, I request our chief guest, Dr. Mahendra, 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 to
Yes,
proceed with.
thank you very much. Am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Uh, the chairman of this session, Dr. Venkatesh Kabdeji, who is president of Nanded Education Society, principal of the Science College, Professor Lakshman Shindeji, the coordinator of this e-workshop, Dr. Vijay Kiran, all other colleagues of the faculty members of Science College Nanded, the esteemed speakers of this session, Dr. Vishal, Dr. Hanuma, and Dr. Sharif from Finland, Slovenia, and Germany, respectively, and all participants attending this e-workshop. At the outset, let me express my sincere gratitude to the organizers of this workshop for having invited me for this for as a chief guest of this wonderful event, which is going to happen now. I would also like to congratulate the coordinator of this session, Dr. Vijay Kiran, principal of this college, Dr. Professor Sindeji, and all members of management of this college for organizing this e-workshop on scholarship opportunities in overseas universities. Kindly excuse me because as I'm traveling, I will not be able to switch my camera on because of some hectic schedule. I am traveling today. In fact, like this is a really wonderful occasion for all the students and participants to listen from the experts who have been working in those overseas universities since many years. As far as myself is concerned, like this has been almost 36 years of my service in higher education in India. And at the same time, I spent significant time in overseas universities as well in the capacity of postdoctoral fellow, visiting scientist, and visiting professors, which include United States of America, Europe, UK, many Asian countries, including Japan, South Korea, Taiwan. And what I seen in those, overseas university is, and moreover, before I proceed further, let me tell you one more thing that I have visited many universities and colleges across the country and seen what kind of infrastructure and what kind of the competency of faculty we are having in India. And when I compare the kind of infrastructure which we have in Indian universities with that of overseas university, what I could see that in India there are good universities as well. It's not like we don't have good universities and institutions in India, but they are very less in number. Like they are a sort of like isolated islands. Like for example, we have IITs, ISERs, and then some of the central universities. In those universities and institutes, we do have very good infrastructure. We do have competent faculty members as well. But you see, like these institutions are very few in number. On the other hand, most of our students in India, they are taking education in those institutions like I would say affiliated colleges and state universities where we have an extreme level of inadequacy in terms of infrastructure as well as competent faculty too. Now, you know that in India, very recently, rather from couple of years, from last couple of years, we started implementing NEP 2020. NEP 2020 talks about student-centric education. It talks about multidisciplinary approach. It talks about skill-based education, linguistic proficiency. We are also imparting skills related to Indian knowledge system. We are going to have a co-curricular activities, sports activities, cultural activities, professional ethics, and moral values. Everything is integrated in the curriculum. But in fact, this is all as of now we are having on paper. Now, if you look at the implementation, because we started implementing NEP 2020 since last couple of years, but what I could see as a teacher, because I have been experiencing this, because I am dean of the Faculty of Science and Technology, and I am observing this from close proximity. What I seen is unless we are honest, honesty. I'm talking about all levels of honesty, like right from regulatory authorities, which includes government, and then various regulatory authorities like UGC, HR, MHRD, universities, colleges, and everybody, and obviously teachers and student as well, right? I mean, as a stakeholders of this higher education institution. What I could see is we lack a severe, a sort of integrity we are lacking. Somehow we could not see the honest approach from all those regulatory authorities for implementing, NEP 2020. So although everything is there on paper, it appears to be student centric, but somehow for one or other reason, students are. It looks like students are not going to be benefited. On other hand, if you go to the overseas universities, like I'm not talking about like UK, Australia, US. Even if you go to the eastern, southeast and eastern South Asian countries like Japan, South Korea, Taiwan, Singapore, these countries also have very good universities, wherein like they have got state of the art facilities for doing R&D activities, and competent faculty. And moreover, students are going to have a lot of freedom for choosing the courses, and they are being properly, trained, groomed rather. And therefore, and if you look at the scholarship options also, like there are many scholarship options available in overseas universities. And today this is going to be wonderful occasion for, all the students and participants of which are attending this particular workshop, to listen from the expert people, those who are living in those countries. And I'm sure, let me tell you, my student, please explore the possibilities. There are plenty of opportunities available, as it is mentioned by the coordinator, Dr. Vijay Kiran, that it's not only this funding, the kind of environment you are going to get it. Like we are not talking about the destination, but journey as well. Like in what way you are going to be groomed throughout your academic career, that is also going to be very, very important. You are going to get all sort of funding as well as freedom to enrich yourself in most of those overseas universities. But you need to know what are the options available, and this is going to be, today's workshop is going to be wonderful opportunities for all of you to see like what kind of opportunities will be available. And therefore, I will request each one of you to actively participate, ask the question to the expert, and then explore the possibilities for reaching those countries. With this, I would like to again thanks the organizer for being invited me for this e-workshop, and I wish you a very, very happy time, if at all, if you are going to overseas universities. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Your guidance will definitely help the students for pursuing higher studies in abroad and achieving all their dreams. Now, I request President of today's function and President of Nanded Education, Dr. Venkatesh Kabdeji, to proceed with his vote.
Morning, everyone. I feel honored to be here today as chief guest of inaugural function of the International e-workshop on foreign scholarship opportunities. As the president of Nanded Education Society, it gives me immense pride to witness such progressive initiatives being taken by Nanded Education Society Science College Nanded in its 75th year of Amrit Mahotsava celebrations, and that are just about to be reflecting our glorious past, but also about building a brighter future. This workshop perfectly aligns with our mission of empowering students and researchers with opportunities that have the potential to transform their lives. World is still disturbed by a sense of superiority, economic and military inequality, authoritarian systems, struggle for existence. I am sure that this e-workshop on foreign scholarships will go certainly a long way to promote the sense of unity and harmony. Foreign scholarships not only provide financial assistance, but also open doors to global exposure, cutting edge research, cross cultural experiences. Today, you have the chance to interact with internationally acclaimed speakers like Dr. Vishal Dwivedi from Finland, Dr. Hanuma Reddy from Slovenia, and Dr. Mohammad Sharik from Germany, who are experts in their fields and have achieved remarkable success in their academic journeys. To the participants, I say this: do not let doubts or fears hold you back. Use this platform to seek answers, gain clarity, and take the first step towards a future filled with limitless possibilities. I take this opportunity to congratulate the organizers, especially Professor Lakshman Sinde, Professor Aruna Shukla, and their colleagues for their dedicated efforts in making this workshop a reality. Let us all work together to inspire, educate, and empower. Thank you, and I wish this event great success.
Thank you, sir. Your words always inspires us. Now, proceeding with the inaugural closing of this inaugural function, I would like to share
Inaugural.
my vote of thanks to President of the Nanded Education Society, Dr. Venkatesh Kabde, eminent doctor, cardiologist. Thank you, sir, for giving us the proper time and availability in your busy schedule. I would like to thank our chief guest, the eminent faculty, Dr. Mahendra Shirsat sir, for providing his time and valuable guidance. And I would also like to thank our convener and the principal of Science College Nanded, Dr. LP Shinde sir, for giving us and providing all the facilities, scholarship opportunities. Now, I would like to thank all the coordinator of the this e-workshop, Dr. Vijay Kiran Narwade sir, for arranging such a wonderful program for all the students in and all the participants joined through virtual media. And I would like to thank our all the management team for providing us this opportunity. And I will also like to thank our head of the department, Mr. Avinash Ghadge sir, for giving us this opportunity. I would like to thank Dr. Rohit Gavit sir, Sachin Pati sir, Seema Shinde ma'am, for helping us in arranging the international workshop. Last but not the least, I would like to thank all the participants, all the students from all over India and abroad for joining this inaugural function. Thank you. Now I request Dr. Vijay Kiran Narwade sir to proceed with the next session. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, all participants. Now we will move towards our first session that in our schedule that we have already shared with you, that the first session that we are having is exploring global education, a beginner's guide to study abroad opportunities. And for these sessions, we are having the chief guest, Dr. Vishal Dwivedi. And now I will introduce himself. Now he is on our screen. So Dr. Vishal Dwivedi is working as a chief scientific officer and co-founder at Sense Analytics Finland. He did his postdoctoral research and that of the scientific expert at Applied Optics Research Group, Tampere University, Finland. His basically research focus is on laser-induced background spectroscopy, that is deep spectroscopy, for environmental monitoring. He completed his PhD in 2022 in experimental physics from Comenius University, Bratislava, Slovakia. Before that one, he completed his master and that of the bachelor studies from India. And basically he's a recipient of a lot of accolades on his credit. One of the he got like a DST Inspire Fellowship. Then he got the Council of Science and Technology UP Government's research grant at IIT Kanpur. Afterwards, in 2018, he got National Scholarship Program of Slovakia for PhD studies. And then after that, he got Erasmus Plus Scholarship in 2021. Then again, he got CPUS, that is the Central European Exchange Program for University Studies grant. And subsequently, for 3 years, like 20, 21, and 22, three times he got a research grant from the Communist University. He is a member of Photonics Research and Innovation Platform Finland, and he is a organizer of Nordic Leaps International Symposium, Tampere, Finland, from 5th to 6th March 2024. And now he got accepted for the postdoctoral research at Aarhus University in Denmark, which have in the world ranking in 100, top 100. So I kindly request Dr. Vishal Dwivedi to start his presentation and give or share his valuable information with our participants.
Thank you, Vijay. Am I audible now?
Yes, it's clearly audible.
Okay, so I would start sharing my screen first. So, very good morning to everyone. First, I want to express my gratitude to the organizing committee and especially Dr. Vijay Kiran for inviting me to be a speaker at International e-workshop on foreign scholarships opportunities. It is both an honor and privilege to be part of such platform where I can support or I can guide my fellow juniors and students. My name is Vishal Dwivedi. Currently, I am postdoctoral research fellow and also external scientific expert at Tampere University in Finland. At the same time, I'm co-founder of Sense Analytics company and also serving there as a chief scientific officer. In this first session of workshop, we will have a short guide for beginners regarding global education and study opportunities. So currently I am sitting here in Tampere in Finland, and you might not know that where is Tampere and what is Tampere. So, but I'm pretty sure that you are familiar with this logo, which is on the screen now. And this Nokia company is originally from Tampere. And just to show that in winters in Tampere or even in Finland, it goes to minus 30 degree temperature. So it looks quite nice in the screen, but when you go outside, you look like this. So if you leave the apartment from here in 5 minutes, you will be like this. So that's also kind of adventure here. And next, I would like to show this photo, which is from 2018. And you see the first face is Dr. Vijay Kiran here. And the next to him, I'm sitting here. And that time I just joined PhD in Comenius University, and he was visiting researcher there. And I just remember this photo I found yesterday and showing here. So a little bit about me. So I did BSc honors in physics from Kirodimal College in University of Delhi. Then I did my MSc in physics from University of Allahabad, and during my master's or MSc, I was also doing research work at ISC Bangalore and also Selçuk University in Turkey. After that, I got grant for working as an assistant researcher at IIT Kanpur. Then in 2018, I moved to Comenius University in Bratislava, Slovakia for PhD. And during PhD, I was getting several grants for research mobility. So Erasmus for Masaryk University in Brno, Czech Republic, and then again CPUS scholarship, which Dr. Vijay mentioned. That was for Central European Institute of Technology in Brno. Then I moved to Tampere University for postdoc in Finland, and then we started our own company. I was co-founder there. I'm still co-founder there, and also working as a chief scientific officer in this company. And this is in Finland. And most recently, I got admitted to another postdoc in Aarhus University in Denmark. and the university ranking is about 100, and I will start there working maybe in April or maybe May. Little bit about fellowships which I got from 2013 to 18. I had DST Inspire Scholarship in India. In 2018, I got from Council of Science and Technology Uttar Pradesh. That was a research grant to work at IIT Kanpur. And then 2018, I got National Scholarship Program of Slovakia for PhD studies, and I moved there. In 2021, I got Erasmus. Then 2021, I got CPUS grant for research mobility. And then continuously for 3 years, 2020, 2021, 2022, I got 3 times Communist University research grants there. And I'm also part of research grant from the Ministry of Agriculture and Forestry in Finland for doing research here. Then research grant from PRIN, which is Photonics Research and Innovation Hub in Finland, and research grant from Business Finland as well. My research expertise, they are applied optics, applied photonics, spectroscopy basically, and laser-induced breakdown spectroscopy being major, and near-infrared spectroscopy, laser-induced fluorescence spectroscopy, Raman spectroscopy, and together with machine learning models and chemometric methods. So now coming back to our topic, that's study abroad. So studying abroad, it is a significant and enriching experience. It is not invincible. It simply requires a lot of focused effort and proactive approach. So before we plan to think about studying abroad, we should get these answers. Why we would like to go study abroad? Where should we go? When should we start thinking about that, and how to approach and how to start these things? And then if we have answer to all of those, we should start thinking about what are the opportunities available, what information we need to collect, and how to start. And then, of course, scholarship being playing a major role there. So I would go one by one. So why to study abroad? So the first answer from my side, it will be high quality education. So studying abroad allows you to access to world-renowned universities, advanced programs, cutting-edge research, and teaching methods. And now, like I'm writing here, high quality education, that doesn't mean that India doesn't have high quality education. But I would convince that studying abroad will allow you to access much more high quality education. And the reason is here. So if you start looking at this graph, which says number of universities among the world top 500, and here is the list of universities. The first one, top one, is United States, and then you see a lot of universities. And if you start looking where is India, so you have to scroll more, and then you see that India is here somewhere. And if you see the numbers here, so India is having about 5 to 10 universities, which are not universities, even these are the institutes, IITs, which are among the world top 500. And one more figure you see here, that India is the largest country having the most number of universities, about 5,349, and this data is from July 2023. So out of 5,349 universities, we have about 5 to 10 universities which are among top 500. And that this figure says something about the quality education that Professor Mahen Sirsat was also mentioning in his speech. Now I'm here in Europe, so I started digging more. So you can see the dots here, and these dots are showing European countries. So Germany, UK, Italy, France, Spain, Sweden, Austria, Belgium, and etc. And among the top 40 or top, I don't know how many countries are here, but like most of them are European countries here. 20 to 25 countries are European listed here. And one more interesting fact I will show here, for example, I'm in Finland, which is listed somewhere here. And then you can see that Finland is like having population about 5 millions, which is maybe equal to the population of Nanded, or I don't know, some other cities in India. And it has overall 10 to 11 universities here in Finland total. And out of 10, 11 universities, 7 of those are already under 500 rankings, and even these universities are not far from 500. So you can see the numbers here easily. The second thing I would say that global exposure you get when you study abroad. So explore diverse culture, places, cuisines, and traditions while building global relationships and networks. And when I say about global exposure or global culture or diverse culture, so there are many facts which are differing from Indian culture, Indian work culture, and the European or other countries' work culture. In Europe, or of course, maybe in other continents as well, but I would mostly talking about Europe. So here we have flexible working contracts and working hours. For example, now I'm sitting here talking with you guys, and it's working time for me in Finland, but it's okay. So I can cover these working hours in other times. So that's quite flexible here. And work-life balance. So here people work to live, not live to work. Punctuality, time is quite important here. If there is some meeting at 9 a.m. sharp, so they will start meeting even if you are not there, if even they are alone there. So they will not wait for you for being late. Then there is flat hierarchy concept. So here the professors are boss of your workplace. They are also co-worker. They are not boss. And this is a little bit different in India, that even if we would like to discuss something with senior professor or senior level researcher, then we need to go through several steps. It's not direct. And then the friendly work environment here, also direct conversation. If you want to say no to anything, it's completely okay. You can say no, I would not do this. But in India, we choose another way, and we redirect this in another way. So we don't directly say no to anything. And even if we don't do. And also quality over quantity matters here. Next is career opportunities when you go study abroad. So you get access to international internship, employment prospects, and open job market worldwide. Also, you get personal growth, enhanced independence, adaptability, and also problem-solving skills through navigating new environments. Also, you get to learn new languages and also enhance proficiency in an international language. So now when you know that why you would like to go study abroad, so the next question is what you would like to do. You would like to study there, internship or exchange program, research work as a PhD or postdoc, or some kind of job. Then another question comes, where should we go? So I put here preferably Europe, but it's of course your own choice if you would like to go to United States or some Asian countries or some other. But the decisions would be based on language preference, offered academic programs and excellence, how good the academic programs are there, how is social and nowadays political environment as well, and budget and cost of living. That is much more important factor here. How is the work culture there, and how is the safety and well-being considerations. So these are the factors you need to consider before deciding any country or in any places. And then when should we start? So you can go, of course, for bachelor's, then after bachelor's for master courses, or after master's for PhDs, and then it could be postdoctoral job as well. Then the finance is a very important factor here. So I know that most of us are not from super rich background, from family background. So we need to think about the finance, how we are going to support our studies abroad. So you need to consider the tuition cost there, like how much expenses you are going to pay to the universities when you go abroad. And then how is the cost of living there, accommodation, food, transport, etc. Then as a student, when you go for bachelor's or master's studies, you have a lot of free hours there. So then can you do part-time work there and earn something or not? So these kind of things you need to consider. Then currency and exchange rates. So if you go to Europe, so how much is equivalent to euros or pounds in UK, or dollars in United States? So you need to think about the exchange rates as well. And After all these, you need to find the scholarships and grants. So if you get those, then you might not to think too much about those things. I put here one screenshots which I read yesterday in LinkedIn. So this is from one of our friends in France who is living there. And if you read it, dear PhD and postdoc applicants, securing a position in major European cities like Paris, Amsterdam, and Berlin can feel like a dream come true. However, it's essential to consider the living cost. For instance, the average salary for a PhD student in Paris is about 1,600 euros, which may seem substantial until you realize that the rent for a small single apartment in Paris city can exceed 1,000 euros. So it was just his suggestion that your future depends on this, so make decision wisely. So here I listed some scholarships from different countries. So for example, from United States, if you would like to go there, so there are these highly reputed scholarships: Fulbright Nehru Fellowship, Fulbright Climate Fellowship. They are covering masters, PhDs, postdocs. For European Union, Erasmus is quite famous one. Bachelor, master, PhD, postdoc, even it covers staff as well. From Switzerland, Swiss Government Excellence Scholarship for Foreign Studies. From France, there is Eiffel Scholarship Program. From Germany, there is DAD Scholarship, Kofi Annan MBA Scholarship for Developing Countries. From Hungary, there is Stipend Hungary Scholarship Program. For Holland, there is Orange Tulip Scholarship. For Italy, there is Italian Government Scholarship for foreign students. For Australia, there is Melbourne Research Scholarship and Xavier Postgraduate Scholarships in Australia for international students. Australia Research Training Program Scholarships, IWC Scholarship for international students. For UK, there is Commonwealth Scholarship. Japan, there is Joint Japan World Bank Graduate Scholarship Program. Japanese Government Scholarship, IK Scholarship Program. And there are many more others. These are just a small list. I put one per country or one famous ones, but there are many more opportunities open. And now you can ask, like, how do you get these scholarships, or where do you get these informations? So there are many portals nowadays, and now this era is internet era, so you can just Google and find everything there. So if you want to check the opportunities available, so I've listed here some of the portals. For example, Euraccess, and that is an official website for research community in Europe, and you might get all mainly academic or research related jobs or positions available there in Europe. This portal called Find a PhD. This is world's largest database for PhD opportunities. You might go there. Academic positions portal, that is job portal for the world's top universities and research institutes. There is scholarshipdb.net, the web page. There is study portals, PhD, thousands of PhD positions are there worldwide. Study International. So these are the pages where you can get these informations when the positions are open or when the scholarships are open. Also, there are some science jobs related to sciencejobs.org. There is United States National Science Foundation. There is one quite interesting page which is called Indeed.com, and it also posts a lot of positions even in the private sector as well. And other than these pages, each country has research councils, Academy of Sciences, or national scholarship programs, and they open periodically offer for scholarships for students abroad. And for example, in Finland, there is a Research Council of Finland. In Slovakia, there is National Scholarship Program, and it's like in all the countries, there is something like that. And other than those, these are the very free portals, ResearchGate and LinkedIn. So you might have already accounts there. And if you explore more and more from there, you will get much more options open. So if I talk about LinkedIn, so I was just scrolling there on 18th, like 2 days back, and I just opened like for 3 or 4 minutes there, and I could get like these many PhD or postdoc positions available immediately. And they are in different fields. Of course, you might choose your own preference, which field you would like to work. And this is just an example. So you get many more options there. There is one more page which is called educations.com. And when you go there, of course, I just put one single screenshot here, which like shows a little bit here. But when you go to this program page and resources page there, and you get a lot of blogs from many students or many researchers, and those blogs explain a lot, like how is the culture there, how is the currency there, how is the student activities there, how is the languages, how is the application period, everything. They are based on country by, if you go inside, so you find the country by country informations and many other blogs there, and that's quite interesting page. Then it comes, what are the documents required for studying abroad? So here is a small list: cover letter, motivation letter, research proposal, study plan, study confirmation letter from your home university, transcript and diploma certificates from previous studies. Of course, they might ask apostle from Ministry of External Affairs, 2 or 3 recommendation letters, research work or thesis from previous study, and passport. And here is just a list. You might hear much more in detail in the next talk of this workshop. And one simple suggestion here from my side is, don't use ChatGPT or AI for any kind of letter. So the person who is hiring you or who is selecting you for studies or for job, he is much more experienced than you, and he can check immediately in few seconds that this is written by ChatGPT or AI, and then you lose your chance there. So it's completely okay to write without grammatically correct language. It's okay, but you should write your own. That's the idea. Then you should have your CV. That's also quite important part. And my recommendation is that it should be as short as possible, maximum 3 pages, and it should have complete picture of educational background, work experience, and all major accomplishments, including awards, publications, presentations, and other achievements. And maybe you will hear much more in the next talk again. And my recommendation is you can go to this Europass webpage, where you can upload, like it's a European Union official website, and you can upload your personal details, and it generates, like in different templates, it generates the CV. And of course, you are not bound to use that, but you can just get an idea from there, and it is accepted at least in Europe everywhere. And then in some universities, especially when you go for bachelor's or master's, it's not common for PhDs or postdocs, but for bachelor's and master's, you might need some language proficiency test like TOEFL, IELTS, GRE, GMAT, etc. And these are the tests related to your English proficiency checking. So analytical writing checking, verbal reasoning, listening, and reading. Then there are some myths when we talk to someone, okay, I want to go to study abroad. Immediately someone can say, okay, studying abroad is too expensive. You are not rich, you cannot afford. But in my opinion, like the persons which are attending this workshop and they are abroad or they have been abroad, I would say that they are not from rich background, and even personally not me. So there are much more options for financial support are becoming available nowadays. And many universities are now offering scholarships, especially for international students. It's just a matter of finding and applying for them. So that's my suggestion in this sentence. And then people might say that, okay, studying abroad is just party and holiday. You go there and just enjoy. But other than party and holiday, you will become more independent, immerse yourself in new cultures, new languages. You will broaden your language and gain international perspectives. It is what you make out of this studying abroad thing. And the ideal study abroad experience is a healthy balance between fun and learning, being social and being studious. Sometimes people say, okay, no one cares if you studied abroad or you studied in India. It's till some extent it is true, but any international experience whatsoever, like any experience which you have, is only going to be benefit. You are not going to lose anything if you put that you studied abroad, you did something. It's going to be benefit for you when applying for jobs and pursuing your career anywhere in the world. And listing on your CV that you spent some time in abroad, It shows employers that you can take risks, you are independent, you can work with the people from multiple culture, multiple language, and etc. So sometimes people also say that making friends while studying abroad will be too hard. So it's not true at all that there are many universities, or most of the university, they host a lot of programs which are meant to meet or to connect with international students or international friends from all around the world. And if you remember the photo which I was showing with Vijay, so in that photo, like people, like there are like 4 to 5 nationalities sitting next to us in the same table, and they are still my friend. So, and it's being like 7 years. So it's quite easy to meet international students and talk to them and becoming friends. I need to learn the language while studying abroad. It's in most cases it is not essential, because most of the international courses, they are teaching in English language. So you don't need to compulsorily like learn native language there. But of course, it's always good to have extracurricular activities and to learn something extra. Then I cannot study my major abroad. Yes, there are plenty and many options, opportunities in many countries throughout the world. It's just a matter of finding them. You will get much more. In India, we have science, arts, and commerce, like these major divided areas. But when you go study abroad, you get much more other options. Studying abroad will just delay my career. No, when you go studying abroad, the courses outside India, they are quite strict. So if you are admitted to some course in bachelor or masters for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, you will finish those in time. If you want, of course, you can delay if you are not ready, and you can have like extra time there. But usually people finish like everything in time. What about everything I will miss out on back home? It is completely true, and one of the biggest challenges, of course. And it's never been easier to keep in contact with your loved ones over long distance. Here I listed some challenges. So when you go to study abroad, homesickness and loneliness, these are the major challenges. Cultural shock. So when you might see completely different culture outside. Academic pressure. So when you get to new education system, completely new to you, you might get some academic pressure as well. Financial management, you need to manage everything on your own. So even like time to time supporting your family, managing your own expenses, your studies, everything. Time zone and communication. For example, now in India, it's about 12 o'clock, and it's still here 8 a.m. in the morning. So I'm sitting here in the morning. So the time difference, and it's much more worse when you consider US or something, like there is more large time gap. And then missing families and events and festivals back home. By actively engaging with the local community, you can turn these challenges into opportunities for growth, learning, and meaningful experience. So I guess you are ready to start your global education journey now. And here are some of my tips again. Follow your heart, but take your brain with you. So not only just following, okay, I would like to go to Paris, or you would like to go to Amsterdam to study, but you need to think why and how and what. And immediate reflect on the available opportunities. Consider personal goals and aspirations. Take the first step toward a transformative experience. If you would not take the step, you are not going to climb the stairs. I have some additional suggestions here. So don't get demotivated by rejections. Keep trying. So I can quickly share one more personal experience, that I was rejected for our master's or MSc in physics from Lucknow University in Uttar Pradesh. So you might laugh now, but yes, I was rejected. And after my PhD, I was invited several times to give lecture there. So that's how life goes. And embrace rejections as an opportunity to grow. Each rejection brings you closer to success. So use it as a chance to redirect your efforts toward achieving your goals. And also, fortunately, Indians and Indian restaurants, especially when you are hungry or you need Indian food, are present all around the globe. So if I start working from my apartment and I go 500 meters outside, I might get 2 to 3 Indians easily. Like it's quite common to find Indians everywhere in the world. And reach out to your seniors, super seniors, and experts abroad for your guidance and advice to help you effectively. In recent years, I noticed that LinkedIn has proven to be a highly effective platform for finding academic positions, so make the most of it. Also, it's a very better option or very good option than starting from scratch or searching from scratch. You can start contacting your home university partners, because if you are affiliated to any universities in India, that university might already have some collaborations or some MOU signed already with some universities abroad, and that path might be much more easier than starting from scratch. Also, maybe it's better to choose exchange or short internship programs than deciding immediately for long-term studies abroad. And once you are satisfied there, you can continue your further studies. I just make this flowchart here to conclude my slides. You need to choose the course, which course or which subject you would like to study abroad, then decide on country, decide on the university, then start digging where to get finance or scholarships, then fill out the application, clear the admission stages, get acceptance, find accommodation there and get visa, and just ready to travel abroad. I'm done with these slides. If you have any question, just feel free to ask me. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir, for this wonderful session. Dear participant, we have open for session open for questions. You have any questions, you can ask in chat box or maybe unmute your mic and you can ask directly. Hello, can I audible?
Yeah.
Yes.
Dear participant, you can ask questions. You have any questions, you can write in chat box. Also, you can unmute yourself and question. Dear participant, please one you can ask.
Also, if you cannot think about anything now, so you can write me later. Also, I'm open to any kind of discussion later as well.
Yes. Dear participant, you have any questions?
Hello, sir. I'm Sanskriti More from Nanded.
Yes. Please ask your question.
Yes, sir. I have decided to go to masters in France, in Paris especially, and I want to work in luxury. So I was planning to take master's degree in luxury management. So can you please suggest me that it would be a good option or not?
Yeah, so the options are always good. So of course, France education system is quite strong, quite good. So, but if you started thinking about the luxury management, so you need to check which universities are offering this position, this course. And then when you see that, okay, this university is like offering this position, then how is the studies there? So it might be very small portion of the university, and you might get stuck there without exploring anything. So if you think you need to dig a little bit more there, and you might find some people already working there from your connections, or you can just write me. I can find, of course, anyone in France. I have much more friends and my colleagues working there. So I can ask them personally how it is there, because for some instance, like I have some experience that people go to France, did study for some time, and for some reason I cannot say that in this online platform, but they had to come back to India, leaving their studies there on the way. So I'm not complaining, I'm not saying anything bad, but you need to research on that topic, which topic you are going to study there, and which university you are choosing. And then it doesn't matter the university, but which group you are choosing there, which specific research group or the department. And for masters, I would say that it should be much more okay, because you will have the defined courses, defined classes, everything. But for if you plan to go for even higher studies for PhD or something, then of course you need to check much more carefully how is the research group there. But if you need much more details, of course, I can provide. You can just write me text in LinkedIn, or I forgot to put my email ID there. But you can ask Vijay, or write. I can write even in the chat box here.
Hello, sir.
Yes, go ahead.
My name is Sushant Savdekar. Sorry, I am pursuing my PhD in Swami Ramanand Tirth Marathoda University in Material Science. So, sir, doing while doing PhD, is there any fellowship or any funding from other universities or foreign universities that can help me to pursue other other work in foreign universities also? So, can I
Yeah.
join any universities uh, while doing PhD in Nanded, or I have to shift to the other countries like France and other European countries? And what
So
are the
yeah.
fellowships and other stuff for that?
Yeah, so it completely depends on you if you would like to go abroad. Firstly, during your PhD in Nanded, and then
Ah,
joining directly, like in some countries in Europe. For example, you have very good example sitting in Nanded, like Vijay Kiran. He did PhD in
ah,
India, and he was abroad 2 to 3 years maximum. I don't know, 3 years or something, in Slovenia, Slovakia, and many other countries with other scholarships, and he did PhD in India. So if your university, home university in Nanded allows you to do that, so I would just highly recommend that find some scholarship and go abroad and expose yourself, get exposure. And if you are targeting Europe, so if still you see the screen, this page, your access, the first right here, that have much more possible and open positions as a research, like as a researcher, kind of I would say like visiting researcher, so not full-time PhD, but visiting researchers, and you might get these kind of positions for short term, like 6 months, 3 months, 9 months scholarships, and you can go abroad, do your research, and come back to India to finish your PhD. That's completely possible and okay. And possibilities, again, you need to dig yourself, as I suggested. Like for example, in this page you
sir,
see
one more thing.
yeah, yeah, just go ahead.
Sir, one more thing. Is it compulsory to complete PhD to get the fellowships or go to the other countries? Or I can join other universities while doing PhD also?
You cannot join another PhD while doing PhD in India. So you should have only one registration in PhD. But while doing PhD in India, you might get some research time, research mobility. you can move to other countries and your PhD will continue in India. Most likely, yes. I don't know how is the university's policies there. You can discuss with your seniors, but most likely, yes, you are allowed to go to research mobility to any country in the world. And then it's just a matter of finding a scholarship for that period when you plan to move.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah, thanks. I see some questions in chat. There are many. I need to go one by one.
Sir, we have questions in chat box.
Yeah, I just opened that now. I need to.
First question is, can you please tell more about the language test exams?
Yes, of course I can tell, but I guess that will be much more covered in the next talk, which is related to documentation in this workshop. So I don't want to spend time on that. That there is next speaker. I think it's Hanuma, so he's going to tell you about that in detail, most likely.
Yes, sir. Yes. Okay, sir. Next question. Sir, which country is cheap as well as good appointment for computer science B student?
So if you compare from India, so there is no country which is cheap, I would say. So you like when you move abroad, you get much more expenses like your travel expenses, your apartment abroad, and then like your personal expenses, food, and everything gets expensive and expensive. But most of the study courses, academic courses, they are covered with the scholarships and fellowships, and most of the studies are free in many countries. So in India it's different case because we need to pay even the fees for admitting in a masters or like in other courses. But in many countries it's free, and you get even on top of that you get some scholarship as well. And also I think I mentioned somewhere that during your masters, did you write for masters or bachelors? Okay, whatever. So when you do go for bachelors or masters, then you get much more free time where you can do part-time job and you can earn something as well. And then you will not have financial problem.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Next question is, sir, is South Korea is best option for PhD in astronomy and astrophysics?
Yes, of course, the courses and the studies in South Korea are quite good, quite highly reputed. The only thing in South Korean work culture is that they're quite hectic. So if you plan to work there as a researcher for PhD, so you might end up working like I don't know 16 to 18 hours or I would say like similar to Indian culture as well. We in IITs in ISC we are working always all the time. So it's kind of working culture there as well. And in Europe, it's much more relaxed working culture. So you are not bound to work more than your working hours, 7 to 8 hours per day. That's only difference. Other than that, South Korea is quite good as well.
Yeah. Hey, hi, sir.
Okay, sir.
I'm Vinay. So I would like to ask about a postdoctoral research position in USA in material science. So how much I can expect an yearly payout as a postdoctoral fellow in US?
In postdoc, I cannot because it also again depends on the country by country. But in US, usually it should be somewhere around 40 to 50,000 US dollars per year, I would say. So roughly, I cannot say exact numbers because I was not never in US. So I have some friends I can of course ask and tell you later if you need. But roughly it should be in that range. And if you are going postdoc there, so most likely you will earn much more higher than your expenses. So you will of course have your expenses, but you will have enough savings from there as well. That's my personal experience.
Okay, understood. Thank you, sir.
Sir, some also questions in chat box.
Yeah.
Sir, my BSc Honorable Physics degree will be completed in this year. So, as you also have pursued a honors degree, which country is the best for masters?
So again, the question is a little bit tricky that I cannot say which country is the best. So all the countries are good, all the countries are the best, but it's your own choice. And I guess in my slides, if you are still seeing, I put here how you should define the countries. This is the slide here, and you need to decide the country and language preference. For example, you don't want to learn any new language, you are okay with English and your own Indian language, so you need to choose maybe the English speaking country, because if you go to some South European countries, you might be in problem with the language. Even if you go to the market, you might not find anything with the English. So first is language preference, which you would like to choose. Then what are the academic programs offered there? For example, you are doing in physics, so physics is quite good subject that it's in each university is most likely. So there is no university which doesn't have physics, so you can get in any universities. And then again, you need to check the social and political environment. Nowadays political is much more important to check, because the word is like in fire nowadays. So you need to check which country you are deciding. And then for masters, like, you need to check the budget as well. For PhDs, postdocs is easy, you get much more higher salary abroad. But for masters, scholarships are less, but they are covering most likely your own expenses, living expenses. So and then you might get some part-time job as well. So that budget and cost you need to check before deciding. And then work culture and safety. So as I said, like, South Korea work culture is a little bit hectic than Europe. So again, when you are making the decision, you might choose, if you are more workaholic, you might choose South Korea, or you are relaxed person, so you might choose Europe. So that's the preference. So there is no best country or something like that.
Hello, sir. I am audible now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sir, I, Dr. Chobe from Nasik, the faculty of chemistry department. First of all, I would like to thank Vijay Karan and team so organize such a great workshop or seminar. And listening to you, sir. The question is from my side is, sir, is there any faculty exchange program or what are the criteria for that?
So there is no criteria if you are faculty or permanent in position, or even not in permanent. If you are faculty member of in any Indian institute, you are allowed to go anywhere in the world. So there is no criteria that you are not allowed. But again, it comes to the finances, because I know that there are some options from Indian government also, that they are sending Indian staff people to abroad to explore. But it's not quite common, it's not quite easy, I know very well. So there are some countries, for example, this national scholarship program for Slovakia, it also allows staff member to visit any Slovakian country, any Slovakian university, and they are paying good enough to cover all your expenses, like travel plus accommodation there, and then like your personal expenses. So they are covering that, and that's the one which I'm telling now. It's listed here, this national scholarship program of Slovakia. And then if you are good, or you are carrying out research in India, you might consider to directly communicate any senior professor or senior member of any universities abroad. And always they have research fundings where they can invite anyone with those research fundings. So for example, you would like to travel to Finland, and you found some supervisor or some professor who is already working in your field of interest. You might communicate directly to him, and he might found, or he might suggest that these are the options for finances, and then you are okay to come. So there is no issue. So direct communication also works in case of staff.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thanks. Yeah, I see one question in chat. What are the eligibility for PhD for material science? For any PhD, the eligibility is master's. And if you are choosing PhD for material science, you should have some background, at least to some extent, in your masters. So I would maybe the physics background or some material science background, so that helps, or maybe chemistry as well. It comes under material science. I want to know whether there is just a concession in fees while applying to language proficiency test. So for this question about language proficiency test, again, I would recommend to attend the next session.
Yes, sir. Our next session is for scholarships and opportunities in PhD postdoc. So we have concluded this session now.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much, sir, Dr. Vishal Dwivedi, sir, on this wonderful session of guide to study of abroad opportunities for beginners in it is personal growth, language, communication skill, financial planning, opportunity, document requirement, I and other challenges for studying countries. Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable time, and I would like to thank you so much for your guidance and opportunities in this guide to abroad opportunities. Thank you so much, sir. I will request to uh, Srikant Dulewar, sir, to hand over Srikant Dulewar, sir. Thank you so much, sir, Dr. Dwivedi, sir.
Thank you and your team as well. Thanks.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Now, I'm here for the introduction of our second guest, Dr. Hanuma Reddy Tegra. He is a scientific associate with Rodolfo. Now I am here to introduce our second guest for the second session, Dr. Hanuma Reddy Teogara, a scientific associate with Rodolfo Natasnevo in Technolosco Studies Novo Mesto. The topic given to him is Documents Made Easy, a roadmap to winning global fellowships. Before that, I would like to introduce about in brief about him. Dr. Teagora's professional experience includes a Fulbright postdoctoral fellowship at the University of Alabama, where he advanced the development of bioresorbable zinc alloys and a scientific associate position at Rodolfo Science and Technology Center in Slovenia, focusing on advanced biodegradable materials for medical applications. Uh, his research is characterized by international collaborations and industrial partnerships, notably the synthesis of gold nanoparticles funded by the European Regional Development Fund in collaboration with the Zretana PLJ DO. With over 30 research publications in peer-reviewed journals and a citation counting more or exceeding 560, Dr. Tagora has made a significant contributions to the field. His work encompasses corrosion studies, material degradation, and mechanical testing of bio-inspired materials. Additionally, he has secured substantial project funding, including 1,71,684 pounds for industrial research. Thank you. And now I request Dr. Hanuma Reddy to proceed with the second session.
Hello. Am I audible now, Mr. Srikant?
Yes, sir.
Sir, okay. Your sound is very low.
Okay, let's see. What about now? Is it okay?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. Good morning to all. Welcome to the session on winning global fellowships, a roadmap to success. This guide is designed to be a beginner-friendly for students who are applying in the European Union and USA fellowships. And I am Hanuma Reddy. And today I'll walk you through the process. So let's start the presentation. Okay, are you seeing my slides?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I would like to give a brief introduction about fellowships. Fellowship applications are document heavy, but with the preparation, they are manageable. The goal today is to help you to understand specific document requirements for the top fellowship programs in the European Union and United States. So the fellowships offer funding and opportunities for higher education, research, and also professional growth. Though they are very competitive, they're achievable with proper preparation. Why also these fellowships matter? You should access to the world-class universities and resources, opportunities for the global networking collaboration, financial support for research and living expenses, career advancement through international experience. So these fellowships go beyond funding, they're gateways to global opportunities. What are the benefits of these fellowships? Their high quality education means that learn from the leading researchers in cutting edge programs, global exposure, as Mr. Previous speaker Divedi explained about why they are very important to study education in the abroad. So you get some global exposure, different languages, and you can work in the different environments, and you have a lot of career opportunities worldwide with some gaining of international internships, employment skills throughout the world. Also useful for the personal growth like development, adaptability, problem solving skills, and independence. So today I'm here to explain you about the fellowships, especially from United States, Fulbright Nehru fellowships. They are for masters, PhD, and postdoc research purposes. And European Union, Marie Curie. There are different career stages like masters, PhD, and postdocs. And Erasmus Mundus program scholarships for bachelor's, masters, and PhD. ERC grants, they are for individual grants which are having high risk, high reward research projects. And that scholarship from Germany, there are a lot of disciplines offering these scholarships in Germany too. So when you come to the Marie Curie fellowships, they are offered by European Union. So what are the documents, key documents required for the Marie Curie fellowship? So mostly the key documents are research proposal, which you need to mention clearly about the objectives, methodologies, and impact. And CV is the most important one. I will show next slides how you make CVs. And different fellowships have different formats. Now we have to use for Marie Curie fellowships, you have to use their template. And when you are applying to Marie Curie fellowship, you should get host institution letter. And this letter states that they will provide the facilities in their labs and their confirmation from the host organizations, and also ethics, self-assessment. Also, you should address the potential ethical issues if you are doing some biological studies and different kind of arrangements with universities, what you do. And when you come to the Fulbright program, it's mostly for exchanging the cultures and experience how you grow in academic and professionally. So if you take Fulbright program, you should have a research statement, and also you should give personal statement. In the research statement, you should propose what type of work you wish to do and what kind of a journey you want to do there, either teaching or only for research or both combination. You should mention this in the personal statement. What are your motivations, and how you would like to work there and exchange cultures and explain from Indian culture and gain some knowledge from the United States.
And also you should provide letters of recommendation for they are from purely academic and professional references. And for PhDs and postdocs, mostly you need to provide English language proficiency proof. Probably you should get this from your college for PhDs and postdocs. But for master students, you should write some kind of exams like GRE. So ERC grants, as I mentioned before, ERC is one of the highest level of grants. Therefore, after PhD people, there are different stages. I will explain this briefly because this is like mostly useful for the after postdoc, PhD and postdoc people. So you should have extended synopsis, summary of the research project, like 5 pages for the first part, and CV. You have to include all early achievements, and of course host institution support letter. It's mandatory. And also you should give budget plan, detailed financial requirements throughout the years, what you would like to do and how you implement the program. And there the horizon projects are there, including in the European Union. They are very, very popular these days. So they are there for combination. You can have some consortium from different universities, or you should apply like individual grants. So in this way, we need to upload a lot of documents. For example, consortium agreement, what are the roles and responsibilities of all partners. Also, you should include your work packages, milestones and deliverables, and gender equality plans required for institutions, and budget and financial statements. So this is must one. What type of project costs will occur in the coming, if you get the project, you should mention everything. So you already seen a lot of scholarships and proposals. So what are the requirements for mostly every grants or something? You should include research proposal, personal statement, recommendation letter, host institution support, budget or financial plan. So every program has their templates, so and checklists. So we should organize everything according to them. So they are the links for a Mercury, Fulbright, ERC, Horizon. They are useful for you. I will share with Vijay Kiran so you can collect them later. So the checklist. So what type of, if you are applying for a master's or a PhD or postdoc, you should have the required document for PhD mobility. You should have a copy of valid passport. For application, ID proof is enough, but you should get passport by the time of visa interview. Your CV, motivation letter, recommendation letter, and if you are applying for the PhD or PhD mobility, you should get the master degree certificates. Also, who want to apply for the PhD final year of their master's degree at the moment of the application. Also transcripts of records, and but the transcripts of records, and also you should expect the completion date signed by the home institute must be provided. Also language certificates correspond the requirements of the offers chosen by the applicant. There are different type of rules for the institutes. Some institutes accept that your institute will give you you are good at English, or some institutes need some kind of competitive English exams like GRE and TOEFL. And also, if you are currently a student, you have to provide the document for mobility, especially for a PhD mobility, that you registered in the Indian educational institutions. And if you are applying for the postdoc, the same, almost copy of valid passport, CV, motivation letter, work plan for their mobility period showing that which activities applicant will conduct the host university, recommendation letter, PhD certificate, language certificates, requirements of the chosen by the applicant, like GRE, IELTS. Some universities will ask. If you are currently PhD students, you should provide the document that you are registered Indian Higher Institute. So when you come to the CV format, mostly all the applications follow the same format. you should include your full name, contact information, and LinkedIn profile if available, and education, list of degrees in reverse chronological order, research experience. You should highlight your key projects, roles, and outcomes. You should add your publications. You should use like citation formats like IEEE, APA, whatever it is. And skills include technical and computational language skills. Awards, they're the most important to mention yourself, what type of awards you received during your studies and maybe during PhD. This will help you for further for getting good marks in the application process. So I would like to show mostly Dr. Vishal also mentioned it should be very short. Mostly people use Europass. So I'm showing, for example, what kind of how to prepare. So is a short CV I mentioned. This is one of the model. So you should write down everything very simple and very short and cover all the accepts. Whatever before we mentioned, we should cover everything. You go first your name and go for language skills, what kind of skills you have and what kind of educational training you had. Start from bachelor's, master's, and doctorals, and work experiences, and what kind of publications you have, some patents, whatever it is, mention very short CV for Europass. This is format for Europass. So if you are sending applications to the European institutions, mostly they accept this. And when you come to the research proposal format, there are different types of formats depending on the application. Mostly, for example, this Fulbright format, you should write your title. It should be very clear and relevant to the fellowship. And abstract should be 250 to 300 words. Summarizing the whole project should be understandable. And objectives. Define specific, measurable, and attainable goals. Don't be over ambitious. Whatever the possible in the given period of time, you should mention them. And methodology should be very clear. Explain the methods, tools, and what kind of resources to be used. And you should mention impact and significance of the research. They are called outcomes. So you should write what type of expected outcomes comes from the project. And you should provide timeline. Mostly people use Gantt chart or detailed plan. So you should write each month what you would like to do, what type of goal you finish, and until the end of the project. For example, your project is 24 months. You should mention that every month how you progress with your project. And budget also, you should some people ask some type of projects. You should definitely justify the costs and resources, whatever they ask, and you should see the budget, whatever they are giving you, and in that budget only you should have your research plans and tools. Also, if you want to buy something, you should do some research and you should provide them in the application process only. So mostly for exchange programs or some kind of fellowships, people ask personal statement. So in the personal statement format, you should write introduction. What is your brief overview of your background and motivation to apply this fellowship? Also, you should discuss the experiences, how your academic journey going through, and how you want to shape in your future research interests. Also explain why this fellowship is very important to align with your research program and how you achieve your goals. And next one, also you should explain your future plans, how this fellowship will give you this opportunity to contribute to long-term objectives. Also, you should give your enthusiasm and readiness, how you want to be part of this project and fellowship. This is more important. So the examples, I want to show some CV format for the different fellowships. It should be before I mentioned the Europass CV very short. when you come to the Marie Curie fellowships or something, it little bit vary. So you should mention about different type of experiences, publications, skills, awards. So I would like to show this is the format for Marie Curie fellowship. If you apply, so you should write down about yourself a little bit, and you should explain brief track record, what you have done and what is your achievements, and what are your funding opportunities, and what you mentioned before, how you attend some kind of a conferences and seminars. And motivation letter, the structure should be follow as follows, like introduction. In the introduction process, you should really explain who you are and why you are applying this fellowship. And second point is like academic journey. You should highlight your achievements and experiences, and like what are your future plans and how it impacts. So fellowship document, if you see, mostly Marie Curie, they have a template, and research proposal must highlight the international collaboration. And I think a Marie Curie proposal, research proposal, only for, you should write everything in 10 pages. This 10 pages consists of all the information, whatever they ask, you should clearly mention only within the range. If you fill the form for 11th page, they reject your application. So I will show you the in coming slides, the application, how it look like. And Fulbright program mostly focus on the cultural exchange, because this Fulbright is an exchange program which you can learn some kind of techniques and some culture, and you can come back and implement in your home country. So you should strongly focus on the cultural exchange, and also your personal statement should reflect the global impact. And about the ERC, they are very highly grants, very difficult to get even, but for those who completed PhDs recently or postdocs, so they can apply from India. They can choose the host institutions in Europe. You can approach them, and you should explain you have a detailed plan, those are that you would like to apply this ERC grant. Then the universities supports you, and they give you some kind of a administration people who are very experts in this type of grants. They will come back to you and they'll explain everything, and they will give you even suggestions how to apply, and how to give a budget plans, and how you write the synopsis for 5 pages in the beginning. So this will be also one of the very prestigious grants if you want to have a own group, and it's for almost 7 years. I think if you get this ERC grant, there are many stages. You will have like 1 million to 3 million euros for 7 years of research. So if you have a good plan, and if you are very interested in the research, you should approach the different universities in the Europe. So you will get responses, and if they like your plan, everything, and you should apply alone, and you should have a good group. You should get a good group if you are successful in the grants. So as I mentioned, most of the fellowships and the grants, in this format, this is the format for Marie Curie and Horizon grants too. So first they ask excellence. In the excellence also, they ask the quality of the project they have different type of headlines. You should follow their format. For example, here in the excellence, if you see, they ask quality and persistence of the project research and innovation objects. And also they ask about the knowledge, what type of knowledge transfer the host institution. And number 2, if you see impact, and what are the credibility of the measures to enhance the career perspectives and employability of the researcher to contribute his or her skills development. So you should be very careful when you are filling forms for Marie Curie and Horizon European grants. You should really have an idea what type of a project you are applying, and why you are applying, and how you develop your skills. especially you need to mention every point within 10 pages of limit. Number 1, excellence, and number 2, impact. And number 3, quality and efficiency. So as I mentioned, you should really mention each month what kind of a work plan you want to do and how you implement this work plan, and you should assessment of the risks and how you assign these work packages for a given period of time. Some programs are for 24 months, some programs are for 36 months. So you should clearly read the instructions and you should explain everything in order. So thank you very much. Probably everyone has here some different backgrounds and different questions. So I would like to ask you if you have any clarifications regarding this documentation, please free to ask questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Hanuma, for your nice presentation. Now I urge every participant, whatever the questions they are having, they are free to ask the question to speaker. Just unmute yourself and ask the questions.
Hello.
Yeah.
Sir, I want to ask that what is the living cost in the EU and USA for a student, and how much approx money they give in terms of fellowship to the student?
Okay, what kind of a fellowship you are applying now? PhD or postdoc?
Postdoc, sir, postdoc.
Yeah, postdoc. In the EU, mostly you get yearly package of 40,000 euros an average, and in the US, $50,000 per annum. And also depends upon the university, depends on the places in the Europe. So it's no problem for living and doing your research. It's probably okay.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, also please you're welcome to ask questions and documentations, because I shortly give an opportunity how it look like. But if you have any questions, please.
Yeah, Hanuma sir. Within this participant, some of the participants are from faculty. Some of the participants are faculty. So for them, this one is also important to know, like what sort of like a procedure that they have to carry out, particularly for a Fulbright fellowship, because you already got Fulbright fellowship. So what sort of like a procedure they have to carry out, and when these applications will come, and what sort of, again, you have already discussed the documents, but within that one questions, it will always be there, that the quality of the publications. So what means, whether it's a quality of the publications or just number that matters a lot. You can put your opinions on that one also.
Yeah, Vijay. Mostly Fulbright is an exchange program. That means that you should go to Fulbright to explore the research and cultural things, and you should learn some kind of a new research techniques and come back and implement your home university. This is the main plan. The Fulbright is not so really typical. Probably you should search your host institute partner, the host professor, where do you want to do research. This is the most difficult one. If you approach the professor, he need to support you with a letter so that he can apply for this Fulbright program. As for even masters also, doctors also, postdoc also. For masters, I think they should go. For PhD, they should go for 1 year minimum, and for postdoc, they give for 2 years. 1 year to 2 year depends upon the depends upon the financial year. Usually they give notifications yearly once. So the first goal is to find the suitable partner, suitable university with the group, what you are doing with the research work, and then you should approach him with your research program and what kind of a project you want to do and why you want to come there. So you should have a conversation with the professor. Then it's easy to apply. Once you have the host letter, you can fill all the forms with CV, personal statement, and research grant project, how many months you want to apply. Then as follows, everything is normal application.
It's a good one. But within that one question, it will be always there about the writing the emails. So
Yeah.
there is a particularly how we need to introduce ourselves in that particular emails. Most
Yeah.
of the participants definitely they having means the length and what sort of content your email should have
Yeah,
when you are
it's very
when you are
normal.
particularly writing to that particular
You
professor.
should, yeah, okay. Firstly, you should impress yourself with what you are doing now and what type of publications you had, and what, and you should read about their host institution teaching plan or research plan too. Then based on that, you should write that you have such a kind of advanced equipment, so you would like to come there and work and implement in my home country. This is the main plan for Fulbright. I think Vijay, you muted.
Yeah, we are having some other questions in
Yeah,
chat box
please.
that how much time required to get to know sanction of the scholarship. And with addition to that one, we are having the question that does any pre-expenses that we need to have before sanction of the scholarship?
No, we don't need to have any experiences, and you should follow
Expense,
the
particularly expenses.
expenses.
Yes.
I think you don't need to worry about the expenses because Fulbright supports everything, including insurance, flight tickets, and fellowship amount, whatever you want to do research and living costs. So you don't need to spend anything, especially for a Fulbright. Just you do your work and send letters to the emails to the professor where do you want to work, impress him, and explain why you want to do there, and get the letter and come back to the application form, fill the form with all obligations, and you should submit the form.
Okay. We are having another question that, hello sir, I am from the art stream. I want to do MBA in management. Could you guide me? How should I apply for the university?
Depends upon the place where he want to apply. For example, Europe, he should approach the universities, top universities, what they're offering for his interest. Then he should prepare the personal statement and follow the deadlines of each university, submit the form. But I suggest better to contact the professors who he in his field of interest. Then it's very easy to get to know what kind of streams are available there.
Yeah, I want to make some addition to this answer that if you are applying for most of the fellowships or if you are applying for the European countries, you just must have to check the website from the Eraxis. You will get the most of the program for the your master degree or PhD degrees. Now it's a continuously the programs are coming out for Erasmus that within that one you can cover your masters means and one of the beauty for this course that you can complete your master within 3 or 4 universities. That means one semester you can carry in one country, then for second semester you can go to another that of the country. Like this you can complete your masters. And the beauty of again the Erasmus is you really don't have to spend the money from your visa process to your flights, whatever the charges are there, the government, particularly European Union, they will cover all the charges, means expenses for this one. So maybe this one also is one of the addition for previous question. Now we are having the one question that can you explain more about the language test that is the IELTS and TOEFL?
Yeah, I see the chat box. I wanted to know that regarding the concession fee applying to language proficiency test also. Okay. as I know from my knowledge, there are no concessional fees for the GRE and TOEFL or IELTS. You should pay according to their rules. But some tips, only practice. This type of tests, mostly you practice every day and speak. Try to speak and learn everything, and it should be okay in few months.
Yeah, for the IELTS, most of the time you have to deal with the writing, speaking, and that of the
Learning,
hearing, that of the that test you have to carry out. Means for that one you have to continuously make the rigorous study. Means almost if you are spending like 2 to 3 months, easily you can crack the IELTS or that of the TOEFL.
yeah. Only
And
practice is more
yes, yes,
important
the
for
practice
these
is
tests.
more important.
Yeah.
We are having the one question from Aniket.
Yeah.
That hello sir, I am civil engineering student from Singhgad College of Engineering and want to pursue my post graduation in New Zealand. Can you guide me how I can enroll in it?
Okay. First of all, if you want to study in New Zealand, this is also a good country. You should know first what kind of universities are there, and you should always aim for the top ranking universities. When you are going abroad, please remember that you should get tier 1 universities. You should do some kind of research, what kind of civil engineering courses are offering in the particular country, and then you use their websites. What if you go select the universities, it's very easy. You can even contact the HR there, or you should even see everything is available on the internet, what is the deadlines to apply, and how you approach them, everything clearly written in the websites. It's no problem. If you have any problems, please contact me, I will help you.
We are having one question from Sachin. That hello sir, what are the opportunities to research internship abroad?
Yeah, this is fine. Firstly, I am not sure. Depends on the university. Some universities allow to go some kind of a mobility, like 1 year or 2 year. Um, Also, this is Fulbright. For example, you should apply Fulbright when you are doing master doctoral studies. You should apply whatever you are doing. As I mentioned before, you should write everything. Depends on what kind of a work you want to do, why you want to go there, and if the host institution agree and send a letter, you should apply for Fulbright. Or some kind of a European universities are offering, but depends upon the your research work and rules from the home university.
We are having one more question from the Abhijit. That
Mhm.
some of the universities conducting interviews for awarding the fellowships.
Mhm.
I would like to means guidance on how these interviews are conducted and what type of questions are generally asked in the interviews.
Okay. Mostly, you should approach the professors, and they have related. Firstly, they check your English proficiency test. Firstly, you should very good speaking skills. You should have very good knowledge on your topic. They don't ask any other type of questions, only in how, why you want to come here, and what are your expectations in coming to our labs, and if you already published some articles, based on that they ask some questions. That's it.
Yeah. How do we? Yeah, particularly again, one question is that we will cover that one again. That how do we need to approach the university professors for the PhD admission? That how we need to write the particular email, how we need to approach to them. That is one type of again we are having the question.
You mean for a PhD or a postdoc?
Yeah, for particularly for PhD admission.
PhD admissions, please check in the your access these days, as before speaker mentioned everything in your access. They have if you search everything, these Marie Curie actions, they have a lot of projects. They clearly mention what type of a project also they are offering, their professor name and email. So you should write everything every time, search in your area of the expertise, and if this title is okay for you, you should write to them directly.
Yeah, thank you. We are having another question that, hello sir, I am research scholar of cosmology and I wanted to know about the opportunities of postdoc in cosmology.
Cosmology, yeah, it's fine. As we mentioned before, every topic covered in the LinkedIn, your access, and every part of these days, Google is. If you open the Google, you have a lot of opportunities. Which country having different type of fellowships and scholarships in specific fields. So I'm a material scientist. I'm not really aware of cosmology, but it's really simple. Please go through the websites and check whatever it is. If you really did not find information, please approach us and we can help you.
Okay, thank you. Then we are having question from Sumit that job opportunities and job securities comparison after material science PhD in European Union, then USA and Asia, particularly Japan, South Korea, and Taiwan domain.
If you want to compare with EU, US, and Asia, it depends on your interests actually, where you want to live and what kind of environment you would like to do research. For example, EU is a little bit colder, and USA also a little bit of, depends upon the places. But salaries are almost same, I can say, wherever you want to live, and you can go. But job securities is exactly depend upon the field, whether you go to company or if you go to university or some other industrial placements. So it depends upon your interest. Even for the universities, yes, you should have always get some position or apply some grants as usual, like in India. uh, but I can say in the EU is more peaceful working hours, and you should do uh, more activities than our research.
Thank you. Then we are having the question from Sushant. Hello, sir. Can we go and publish research paper in foreign universities and what are the process? Maybe I didn't get this question. That hello, sir. Can we go and publish research paper in foreign university? I guess. And what are the process?
Yeah, you should contact the professor where you would like to work. If you are finished PhD, it's more easy. Just write to him that you are working in this area, so you would like to come there for at least for 1 year or 6 months. So I would like to finish this work, and if he agree, you can go through with him. If he has a funding for his laboratory, he's always helps you.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Hanma, for your all the answers and nice presentation. Particularly in this session, we have came to know that what sort of like documents which are very much of plays the vital role in your application purpose. So within that one, I need to one comment that if we are applying the most of the any fellowship, this document plays means it's like a backbone because it's a representation of yourself. So for the means if you are applying to like Asian countries, particularly South Korea, Taiwan, Japan, or like European countries or that of the USA university, this most of the documents are the common one. Means
Yeah.
if you are going to USA, definitely you have to face the TOEFL. If you are going to European university, in that case you have to face the means IELTS examinations, the rest of the things. What I find that for PhD you have to make very good research proposals, and for postdoc also you should have the good that of the publication history. And with this comment, I express my sincere gratitude to Hanuma for his nice presentation.
Thank you, Vijay. Thank you very much for invitation. I'm very happy to share my brief knowledge, whatever I know. I hope this really helpful for the students. If any time, please share my emails to them. If any they have questions or something, feel they are always welcome to ask some questions and informations. We're always available. Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
yeah, welcome, Hanuma. We will take one question from the Sumit at the
Yeah.
end that a fully funded short-term exchange program opportunity during the PhD. Yes, we are having the lots of program, particularly We just have to check the Slovakia, that of the DAAD, particularly basing the DAD fellowship from Germany. We are having the Stampedium Hungarium from the Hungary country. And within that one, we are having the lots of means simply we have to go to that particularly higher education ministry of that particular country and we have to check the opportunity. But within that one, from 1 month to 10 months, you can get the fellowship from the Slovakia. That is NSP fellowship, Slovakia. Now we will move towards the.
They are asking some of my email. I am sharing this email in the box. So,
okay, sure.
Niket, yes, you can contact me here if you have any clarifications.
Yeah. Kindly note down the email of the Dr. Hanuma.
Yeah.
He is the recipient of Erasmus and that of the Fulbright Fellowship. So basically, he have the experience of NIT from India, PhD from the European countries, and postdoc from the USA. And within that one, he got the Erasmus Fellowship and that of the Fulbright Fellowship. Now we will move towards the third session. The third session is of Dr. Mohammad Sharik. Hello, Dr. Sharik.
Hello, Vijay. Yeah,
Yes. Now we will move towards the third session. We are having the third session, particularly about the from research to reality, that is navigating postdoctoral fellowships and industrial careers in the Europe. Particularly in first two sessions, we have discussed about the what sort of basic criteria that we need to follow to apply the foreign countries for the your that of the bachelor or master, PhD or postdoctoral studies, or either if you need to apply for internships that we have covered. In second session, we have covered about the documents that plays the important role. We have discussed about the which sort of documents you have to prepare, and particularly in this session, we are trying to know about the processes that which are the part of after like a PhD or when you are faculty for particularly postdoctoral fellowships in European countries. And for these sessions, we are having the speaker from the Germany, Dr. Mohammad Sharik. I will introduce him. Dr. Mohammad Sharik work as a IGSTC Industrial Postdoctoral Fellow at Dispersion Technology Center, Functional Material Department in Fraunhofer Institute of Manufacturing Engineering and Automation, Stuttgart, Germany. The work comprise the slurry formation, process analysis of the mixing and coating process in terms of controlling and optimizing the conductive slurry in physiochemical properties such as rheology and morphology. It also constitutes the development of multiphase and viscous CFD model of the dispersion process using ANSYS fluent and its validation with experimental data. Prior to joining Fraunhofer Institute, he also worked as a postdoctoral fellow at Center for Nanotechnology Research at VIT. He was Sandwich Erasmus Doctoral Scholar from 2015 to 2020 in the Department of Mechanical Engineering, Indian Institute of Technology, ISM Dhanbad, India, in collaboration with IME Institute of Metal Processing and Recycling, RWTH, Aachen, Germany, and University of Maribor, Slovenia. He received his MTech in Mechanical Engineering, specializing in manufacturing from IIT Dhanbad in 2015. His research focus on the formulation and characterization of novel metal and carbon material-based inks, including magazine for different 3D printing technique. He has been awarded the prestigious Indo-German Science and Technology Center funded Industrial Postdoctoral Fellowship in 2023 and Erasmus Mundus Sandwich Doctoral Fellowship in 2015. With this brief introduction, I invite Dr. Mohammad Sharik for his presentation.
Thank you, Vijay, Dr. Vijay. A very good morning from Germany to India, respected dignitaries, organizers, professors, and my dear friends. I'm starting with my presentation on the topic from research to reality, navigating postdoctoral fellowships and industrial careers in Europe. So my name is Mohammed Sharik, and I'm working as a postdoctoral fellow at a Dispersion Technology Center in the Functional Material Department at Fraunhofer Institute of Engineering, Manufacturing, and Automation in Germany. So about my brief experience, for my PhD, I have started from IIT Dhanbad, and my program has been collaborated with IME Institute of Metal Processing and Recycling at RWTH Aachen, Germany, and Faculty of Mechanical Engineering at the University of Maribor, Slovenia. And we also have, during my PhD, we also have an industrial partner for our work called as Zlatarna Celje. This is an industrial partner from Slovenia. And after completing my PhD, I joined as a postdoctoral fellow at Center for Nanotechnology Research at VIT Vellore. And after that, I moved to Germany to join as an Indo-German Science and Technology Center-based fellowship as a postdoctoral fellow at Fraunhofer IPA, Germany. I have completed my MTech in Mechanical Engineering with a specialization in manufacturing from IIT Dhanbad, and my BTech and my bachelor's is also in Mechanical Engineering from UPTU Lucknow in India. So I will start my presentation with little bit about my work, what my work focus on, and what are my responsibilities, and what do you mean by an industrial research in Germany. So my overview of about PhD work. So we started with the production of nanoparticles with some new precursors, and then we moved on to synthesize these nanoparticles from the lab scale to pilot scale production basis. So after synthesizing these nanoparticles, we moved into the determining its material properties. And our final aim was to concentrate these nanoparticles into ink forms. So this ink forms will be concentrated through some formulation techniques. And then after formulating them into ink form, we went to we went to characterize these inks into rheological behavior, into defining its jetability window definition framework, and its thermophysical study. So what does it all mean that if we are going from nanoparticle to the ink formulation method, what are the different important parameters we need to decide for testing them through additive manufacturing techniques? I hope you have also heard a little bit about 3D printing techniques. So we want to, like, our basic aim is to, we want to synthesize these inks for these 3D printing techniques. So while using these things for 3D printing techniques, we also evaluate the printing parameters, which will be good enough to print these inks. And then after printing, we need to see how good the printability or the print characteristics. Then after testing these inks, we move it for the manufacturing of these inks into the pilot scale production basis. So this is a brief of about my PhD work. And you can see the different type of inks which were synthesized during the PhD time. And this is in the nano powder dry form. And these were the products which are right now also available in the EU market. Now, since you can see, initially we started our production process from a very lab scale based production system. So it is an horizontal ultrasonic spray pyrolysis equipment, and then we tested it from horizontal to a little bit pilot scale production plant, and then we moved into the commercial vertical USP equipment which was available at the Aachen. So in these industry-based research programs, we usually focus on the production of any particles or nanoparticles from the lab scale to the pilot scale and to the commercial scale. So if you go to my present work, we also right now we are like synthesizing or manufacturing slurries for batteries or electrode slurries for battery manufacturing. So what is our aim? Like we start the slurry process by mixing and dispersion process. So in the mixing and dispersion process, we have some solid powder materials like active material binders, and then we want to formulate them into slurry process. So in this part also we will start our production from like very lab scale based quantities of 50 ml, and then we move it the production level from 50 ml to 11 liters per hour also. So for achieving this pilot scale production plan, we need to do a lot of CFD modeling approaches. So what does it mean? Like it's a computational fluid dynamic approach where you can completely model down the mixing process. Like you can simulate the whole of the mixing process for these type of slurries. And after that, we try to make the system now more intelligent by implementing Industry 4.0. And to implement the Industry 4.0 standards, you need to you need to make intelligent systems by integrating the machine learning algorithms into your processes, and then finally optimizing these manufacturing parameters in order to reduce the overall manufacturing cost and optimize the range of and by optimizing the range of parameters that are available to the operator. So this is a little bit brief about my research work, what I'm doing right now and what I have done during my PhD. And this is, you can see, a simply a production lab facility which right now which is now available at Fraunhofer IPA. So we have a lab scale production plant to the pilot scale production plants where you can develop your products for commercial organizations or industrial partners. So we start like our production process into a batch operation, and then we try to translate it or upscale it to the pilot scale production levels. So this is a small example of how your work will be translated from a lab scale to pilot scale and then to the industrial scale production. So this is a brief idea of how the industrial research works look. So now moving to the main content of the fellowship, or the how you can get these industrial based fellowships to do some industrial research in organization mainly located in Germany or in other parts of Europe like Switzerland, France, and in Finland or in Denmark. So I will take case study of IGSTC as an Indo-German Science and Technology Center funded postdoctoral fellowship and PhD fellowship. So initially you need to identify the industry or organization initial step. So I will give you some examples. Industries such as in Germany, Airbus, Zeiss, Linux, Testia, and industrial research organizations such as Fraunhofer, BAM, and DLR, they will offer you the invitation letters for IGSTC based postdoctoral or PhD industrial fellowships. So there are two type of organization which will give you an opportunity to work through this fellowship. One is the industries which are based on research and development, and second will be the research institutes which focuses on the industrial research such as Fraunhofer and BAM. So I will simply let you know that Fraunhofer are the institutes which are basically like CSIR labs in India, like Council for Scientific and Industrial Research Labs. So we have like all over India, we have a CSIR labs for for basically for science and engineering based research, industrial research. Researchers they're the people they're doing. So similarly on that pattern in Germany you will find Fraunhofer institutes. They focus not much on the academic research, but they focus on the current industrial problems. So, and another institute is also BAM. This is also for material science, and And this institute is also a very reputed institute in Germany, which offers you entry through this IGSTC fellowship. And there are big companies such as Airbus, Bosch, Siemens, Zeiss. So these are also these companies which will help you to come to Germany from India through this IGSTC fellowship. Now, the next part is the research proposal. As Vijay said, that the documentation is the backbone of your fellowship application. I will say research proposal will be the heart of your application. So what do you mean by a research proposal? Initially, this is a general definition. I'm giving you an idea. Research proposal comprises of a title, a background, the questions, the research methodology, a working plan and schedule, and then a bibliography or references. So initially the title, which what you are proposing to this industry or these institutes like Fraunhofer, what is your interest? What is your research area where you are targeting? Then what is the background of this work? How much useful this work is for the industry or this organization. Then the basic questions, research questions, or you can say the of your proposal. And then how will you do this? How will you solve this problem? Like you need to explain the whole methodology, and then a working plan and schedule. So I will say, like, for postdoctoral fellowship through this industrial IGSTC, they will offer like 12 months for postdoc and 6 months for PhD students. So you need to make your working plan and schedule according to it. And I will also show you my plan, how I made this working plan and schedule. And then the lastly, the bibliography or the references, the whole how did you, like the content which you have taken in your research proposal, the references you need to cite. So moving to the important points to consider for a draft proposal. So initially, identify your interest. Start with areas that you are passionate about or curious to explore. So this is a very basic step to make a draft proposal. Then review the latest publications. Look through the articles and the books and lectures for inspiration. Then consider the current trends. Focus on the hot topics in your field to ensure relevance and originality. Then identify the research gap. This is a very important thing to get your proposal. Identify the areas where more research is needed or where current studies are lacking. Then discuss with your current professors and also the professors which you are targeting in these research organizations or the industry experts, like for belonging to these industries which you are aiming for. Then think about the scope. Make sure the topic is neither will be too broad, it should not be too general, and it should not be very specific. It should allow for thorough exploration. Then align with your, then the keep all the things aligned with your career goals. Choose a topic that align with your long-term academic or any industrial aspirations you have. And then formulate a clear research objectives. It should turn your whole topic into a very specific, focused questions that guides your research process. So this is a very generalized way of drafting a proposal. And then if you come to my research proposal, which I have proposed at Fraunhofer IPA, this is a graphical abstract of my proposal. It looks like a workflow diagram for the proposed work. So initially, you need to define your proposal into work packages. So what do you mean by work packages? Like, I'm a material scientist or a mechanical engineer. So I will say, like, my work means through two, three, like my whole research proposal has been divided into 2 or 3 parts. Like I want to synthesize a specific material, and then I want to do the simulation or the modeling for this material. And third, I need to do the characterization and testing of this material. So I will define my whole research proposal in 3 work packages. So first work package will be the synthesis of any material. Secondly, the work package 2 will be based on the modeling and simulation part, and third work package will be the testing, and it's like 3D printing and testing of this synthesized material. So the work packages should be clearly defined, and it should be very focused in terms of, we don't need to be write a very lengthy proposal. Always there will be a very word limits in every part of the proposal. I will discuss it. So let us see work packages. So work packages, we need to break down into activities and sub activities. So if you can see, this is a one example of that. Yeah, so work packages, you are breaking down your research proposal into activities and sub activities, and you are indicating how these tasks are interconnected with each other, and how they are dependent the one work package into then another work package. Then it should align with your research questions or research project objectives or research proposal objectives. Then you don't need to write a very lengthy, or it should not be, it should not look like you want to do a lot of thing in a very specific period of time. It should look realistic, it should look manageable, and the task should be coherent, or it should be very well defined in phases. Like it should look like it's a very properly planned proposal. Then you need to make a schedule. Like if you see in a current example of mine, I have defined my work into 12 months. So my first work package is being done in initial 3 months. Then my second work package is being completed, should be completed till, I think, from sorry oh yeah from till 9 to 10 months. So the schedule should be allotted with a logical duration. It should justify the activities with respect to the time allocated. And thirdly, you need to define the milestone deliverables, like what these work packages or your objectives, they are what are your milestone at every each work package, what you will achieve in your work. If I say more specifically, maybe any publication or any patents, or you are maybe if you are developing any product, or if you are working on any technology, so how much technology readiness level it is achieving. So this is a brief about a brief idea about the research proposal based on an industrial projects. So another important documentation, if I say, will be the consent letter or an invitation letter from your proposed supervisor or an industry expert. So this consent letter is an invitation letter which is being issued by your prospective supervisor based in any industry or in any organization, and it will be given by the supervisor, the proposed supervisor or the proposed host, and it will be a confirmation from a supervisor that they are ready to support you through this fellowship to come to Germany or in Europe. And it is a very a very strong recommendation to the fellowship, or to the fellowship organization where you are applying for your funding. Then, if the fellowship involves research or work at a host institution, they will also state that you will be provided this and this and this budget, or any collaboration with other industries during your fellowship program. So this is a letter specifying everything clearly about your project and about the facilities which you will be given to work on the proposed project. Now, the other important documentation regarding for industrial uh, proposals or industrial fellowships, the academic transcripts and degrees. So transcripts, I will say, they are not the mark sheets. They are the verified versions of your mark sheets, and the verification is being done like as per latest, as you are applying, like if you are applying your fellowship next month, so the verification, the verified transcript should be verified within the last 3 months or 4 months. It will be preferred, it should be issued by latest. It is a general rule or golden rule. So you need to prepare your transcripts for your application, degree certificates, and it should be verified. Any work experience you have as a previous postdoc, or if you have done any type of an internships, so you should have these work experience certificates or letters. Then the recommendation letter. So it is now the very important point, the recommendation letters from your past supervisors, mentors, instructors, or course, this one. So this is also, so what I will say, this is a very important recommendation letter where German are very specific. They really consider it as a very important one. So recommendation letter are those like will be issued by your past supervisors or mentors, and they will write you like how you they will write you a paragraph about you, or a 1.5 paragraph for you about your skills, how were you were being in your past studies, and how much academic scores you have scored in their subjects, and what is their evaluation for you. So recommendation letters are very important for an important part of the application. Then you should have your passport, and then the visa support. They will give you all the visa support uh, for you for applying for this fellowships. So this is a brief uh, whole of proposal and the documentation, and I think the discussion, I will be more inclined to have a more discussion with the students, so that we can have a live questions and these things. So Vijay, I will give the platform to you to open the it for the discussion.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Uh, Dear participant, we will open for a question session. Dear participant, you have any questions, you can write in chat box, and also you can unmute yourself and question. Hello, sir.
Hello.
Uh,
Yeah,
Dr.
yeah,
Sharif,
I'm
sir.
there. Yeah, I'm there. I'm
Sir,
there, please.
in chat box, one or two questions here. I am
Hello.
reading this. Currently studying in MTech in chemical and
Hello, am I
biotechnology
audible?
last year. Want to do PhD. So how much will require to the whole process?
Currently studying in MTech in chemical and biotechnology in last year, want to do a PhD. So how much will require to the whole process? So uh, what like you if you are, there are two type of a PhD programs if you come to Germany or if you come to Europe. First is a sandwich program. In the sandwich program, you will be you will be starting your PhD in any Indian institute, like IITs or NITs, and the state government universities, and then you will come to Europe for a specific period of time during your PhD program. So it is like a sandwich program. A half part you are staying at in India, and a half part of your PhD program you are doing your work in Germany or in Europe. And secondly is a fully funded program to come to Germany or in Europe. So if you say for sandwich programs, I think it will not take much time. Within 6 months, everything can be done. Within 6 months, you can come to your host institution in Europe. But for a fully funded PhD program, it's very competitive. So you need to start your you need to start your search or everything within before 1 year. So since you are like aiming for a fully funded PhD program, you should start aiming to write your emails and your interest to your professors in which area you want to do your PhDs. And the last speakers have also mentioned the websites where fully funded PhDs are being published, such as Urexis. And I also see in academic position there are a lot of websites. So there you will find a fully advertisements for a fully PhD programs. So I hope the answer you got it. And if you need more intent discussion, you can contact me through my email ID.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Next question is, sir, can you
Yeah.
tell about PhD process just as you told for postdoc?
Yeah. So my last answer was also about a PhD. So initially you need to find a host organization or a host industrial partner for your PhD process. So whatever the postdoc process, it's moreover like a similar for a PhD process, but in a PhD process, the selection is little bit more tougher or more competitive. So for a PhD process, what you need to see, any if you get to know any advertised position, you just need to apply by making a motivation letter or a personal research statement where you will define what is your background, what are the different type of projects you have done in your past and masters or in bachelor's program. And then you will tell that what you have skills that will be helpful in the advertised position, in achieving the goals for the advertised position. Secondly, then when you will get a good response from the host supervisor, they will start discussing or writing an email that yeah, surely we can meet through some Google Meet or any video chat. Then you need to prepare a small presentation, a brief presentation, where you will let him know that what are the different projects that you handled in your past experience, what the skills you have, like the material development skills or any simulation skills or these type. And then any publication, do you have a good quality publication? And right, and what are your basic aims and objectives? How will you be helpful, or why they will select you in that position? So this is my so after that they will guide you. If they will find you like a right prospective student for your PhD, then maybe they will go for another rounds of interview. Usually they will have one or two rounds of interactions. I will not say interview, but these are moreover like an interaction. They will interact with you and they will know about you, about your skills. And then they will help you in the later stages for the application and your visa and everything. Yeah, any more questions or discussions?
Yes, sir. Uh, some other questions in chat box. Uh,
Sure,
how to
I will
get
see.
industrial collaboration?
Yeah. So industrial collaboration, I will say you can now this what I have taken a case study of IGSTC, Indo-German Science and Technology Center based fellowships for PhD and postdoc. Right now I think it is open, and the last date will be in somewhat in mid of March. So I think you can go for this fellowship. You can apply for this fellowship, and in that fellowship you will in if you go to this website IGSTC, you will get to know that what are the different uh, companies that are currently offering a position through this fellowship. Like I have stated some companies like Airbus, Porsche, Siemens, Zeiss. So they will say that we need a PhD person or a postdoc person in that area which can do this task. So they will specify it very clearly. And I will say the Fraunhofer institutes, there are like I think around multiple Fraunhofer institutes within Germany for each and every topics in industrial research, starting from polymers and from wastewater treatment and 3D printing, laser processing. There are a lot of Fraunhofer institutes that will give you a letter of intent or an invitation letter to apply for this fellowship. And rest the other documentation that will require, that I have discussed: recommendation letters, your transcripts, degree certificates, and your passports and other things. They will the other documentation is there. So industrial collaboration you will get to know from your from the IGSTC website, and also you can look up in the LinkedIn that the people who already have this fellowship, they will also tell you that what are the different industrial partners that can help, that you can look up for this invitation letter, and I can also help you in getting that thing. So now, how much cost of postdoctoral degree in Europe? So I think cost, you are asking about the fellowship. There is no any cost you need to pay for a postdoctoral degree. So postdoctoral is not a degree. I should say it's a work experience or a research experience after your PhD. So you say the word itself give you a meaning: postdoctoral. Postdoctoral means after your PhD, the research experience you are gaining. How much cost? There is no cost in application or anything. And how much fellowship you get? So through this IGSTC fellowship, I think you will get around 2600 euros per month. And and they will cover a lot of other things: your medical insurance, your flight tickets, your visa fees, everything they will cover you up. And yeah, usually it varies. If you are coming through this fellowship, it's coming around 2600 or 2500 euros. And if you are coming directly to another fellowship, they will be around 3000 euros also. So it's all about like 25 to 3000 euros per month you will get it for this fellowship. Sir, can you share your about your MS
Sir,
opportunities? Okay, masters in
sir,
science opportunities if you can specify any area. This the question is from Rutuja Petkar. Yeah, Rutuja, if you can share your subject where you are looking for MS opportunities
physics,
in
sir.
physics. Yeah. So physics, I will say first directly go to that website. If you are like aiming for Germany, you can directly go for a DAD website. There you will find a lot of programs in physics. Like in India, we have IITs, Indian Institute of Technologies, and NITs. In Germany, you have TUs, technical universities. So it is around 9 technical universities. And apart from they will sound like TU Hamburg, TU Berlin, and these. So these are very good, reputed, good universities in Germany, and other universities are also very much reputed. But I will say if you are going for physics or technical engineering programs, you should first aim for these TUs, and all the admission requirements you will very much clearly they are giving in DAD website. So DAD, you go to India website, and there you apply all the filters, like what are your basic subjects you want to go for your masters, like physics. In physics also you will have a lot of other subjects like computational physics, and then correct material characterization, battery materials, and all these things. So you can see all the admission requirements accordingly, and then you need to prepare your application. All the things like personal motivation letter, personal statement, your CVs, and all these things. What if from Sachin Patil, what if suppose I am availing one of the fellowship from European Union, and suddenly I need to change the affiliation as well as laboratory? What about my current fellowship? Are these fellowship only for US and Europe? So what I'm telling, like the present IGSTC fellowship is only for a Germany-based industrial organization. So IGSTC focuses just on the industrial organization. They are not much in academic research. and I'm not able to completely clearly understand, like I'm not able to understand, like what if suppose I'm availing one of the fellowship from European Union and suddenly I need to change the affiliation, as like if you are in one of the fellowship and then within during working that fellowship you get an another opportunity and then you need to move to another university, what this you need to say. Sachin, if he's here, Sachin, if you are here, you can directly have a
Yes, sir.
yeah. Sachin is here.
Uh, Sachin, sir.
Sachin Patel, there is Sachin Patel have written a question. If he is there, he can tell me what he want to say because his question is little bit. I'm not able to understand it clearly.
Okay, sir. We will move to next question. Sumet
Okay.
Sirsat, sir.
Okay. So, general criteria for getting a postdoc position. For example, is there any basic requirement for number of papers you need to publish during PhD? Which factors would prove crucial while getting enrolled for a postdoc position? Which factors would give you an edge over others when many postdoc applications are submitted for a single slot open? Yeah, very good question, very relevant one. So the basic requirement is that you should the PhD should be you should have the PhD should be awarded or it should be in your last phase, like you are just about to submit within 2-3 months or 4 months. This is the basic requirement. And then if you have already submitted it, I think they will have like within 2 years of submission. So after PhD submission, it should not be more than 2 years while applying for this fellowship. Then the number of papers. Really, Sumit, I don't know about how much papers you want, but like the most important thing, the quality of publication. I think the quality of publication is much more important than the quantity. So for this industrial research organization, I think they are looking for the people who are presently working for industrial problems, not not like very academic problems, but yeah, if you are working on any PhD topics which have a very industrial relevance to India as well as in Germany. So I think that is the most important part. Since in my case, if you see my case study, how I got this fellowship, I had a PhD work which has a industrial partner into it, and we are just focused for developing a product for use in for a use in industry or a European market or an Indian market. So that will give you an edge, what I will say. Other things are also relevant, that your PhD, how did you how like the quality of your work in terms of how many different type of a characterizations, or how depth you went to your into your PhD. And the other important things are your research proposal. So the research proposal should not be very much academic in nature. It should be a moreover like an industrial problem. So that is the important points while making a proposal for industry based research proposals. For
Okay, sir.
MSc in management from Sanskriti. Yeah, for management also, I will say what I have told. For MSc in physics, like you can go for that website in India, and then you do a lot of you do filtration, like you should apply filters, like I want to see the university or institutes which are offering MSc in management. So all these technical universities and the public universities in Germany, they are offering like masters in management, and within management I see a lot of other programs like in entrepreneurship, in innovation, and in world sorry this international I heard a very good international business programs. So you can look in all these things, and the very good thing is that like in India we have a lot of fees for management programs in India, but in Germany you will not have a much fees for management. So really you can target for the masters in management in Germany. You will, and there are a lot of big conglomerates or big industries that will give you an internship offers and job offers after you finishing your management degree from Germany, such as Mercedes, BMW, Audi. These are big international giants which will give you an internship opportunities also. Now moving to another question from Sharwil Jadhav.
Sir,
Sir, is there any? Yeah, sorry.
hello,
Yeah.
sir. We our time is already over, sir. We
Okay,
can
okay.
proceed for
Okay,
valedictory
okay.
function. Okay, sir.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Dr. Mohammed Sadiq, sir, for your valuable time and your guidance
Thank you.
in
Thank you so much.
research to reality, navigating postdoctoral and industrial careers in Europe. I would like thank you so much for your guidance, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you all for the for this wonderful program. And this is my email ID. If something has not been answered from my side, please write your questions and send me your email ID. And I really especially thanks to the organizers and Vijay for letting me and having this opportunity. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir.
See you then. I'm leaving the meeting.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Okay, dear participant, I our session is already three session is over. I would welcome Dr. Srikant Dulewar, sir. I hand over to Srikant Dulewar, sir, for valedictory function.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. As we have concluded all our three sessions for the International E-Workshop on Foreign Scholarships Opportunities, IWFSO 2025, as a part of the 75th Amrit Mahotsav celebrations of Nanded Education Society, the Department of Physics and Electronics from the Science College Nanded, under the guidance of our convener and the principal, Dr. L.P. Shinde, sir, the coordinator for this program, Dr. Vijay Kiran Narvade, sir, has helped us in a broader way to achieve this to conclude this program. Now, moving toward the valedictory function, the respected chief guest, Dr. D. Yogave, sir, the ex-principal of Science College Nanded and director of skill and innovation at the Nanded Education Society, and our esteemed president for the workshop, Dr. Venkatesh Kabde, who is also the president of Nanded Education Society, our convener and principal, Dr. L.P. Shinde, sir, distinguished guests, faculty members, and dear participants. I welcome to the valedictory function of the International E-Workshop on Foreign Scholarship Opportunities as part of the 75th Amrit Mahotsav celebrations of Nanded Education Society. It is indeed a privilege to stand before you today as we conclude this enlightening workshop that has opened doors to numerous opportunities for aspiring scholars. Over the past few days, we have delved into the world of foreign scholarship opportunities, exploring various avenues that can help our students achieve their dreams of studying abroad. Insights shared by our esteemed speakers, Dr. Vishal Dwivedi, Dr. Hanumat Tiagra, and Dr. Muhammad Shari, will definitely help our students achieving their dreams of studying abroad. Their insights and expertise have been invaluable, and I am sure that they have inspired many of you to take the next step in your academic journey. As we gather here today, let us take a moment to reflect on the knowledge we have gained, the connections we have made, as all the speakers have shared their email IDs and all details to ask the further questions. And this workshop has not only been a platform for learning, but also a celebration of our collective commitment to the education and empowerment. Now, it is my honor to invite our chief guest, Dr. D. Gavai sir, to share his thoughts with us.
Thank you very much, Tuliyar sir. Good afternoon, everyone. Respected dignitaries, President of Valedictory Function, Principal of this college, Dr. L.P. Shinde sir, and he is also convener of this international workshop. Esteemed speakers, Dr. Vishal Dwivedi, Tampere University, Finland, who has delivered his speech very nicely. Dr. Hanuman Reddy, Tiagura Rodolfo Science and Technology Center, Slovenia. He has also given a very good information to our student and faculty. And another resource person, Dr. Mohammad Sharik, Fraunhofer Institute, Germany. He has given very good information regarding the opportunities which are available in the Germany for the internship as well as for the fellowship. Co-convener and the vice principal of our college, Dr. Aruna Shukla Madam, Vice Principal E.M. Killare sir, Organizing Secretary of this workshop, Dr. Vijay Kiran Narwade sir, HOD Physics and Electronics, Avinash Ghadge sir, Dr. Shrikant Dulewal sir, Dr. Rohit Gavi sir, all the HODs from the different departments of this college, all the faculty, student and participant. It is an immense pleasure and honor to address this gathering at the International E-Workshop on Foreign Scholarship Career Opportunities 2025. First time the Science College is organizing such type of this important event, particularly for the students at international level. This is an exciting and ever-evolving topic that holds immense potential for shaping the future of young minds and driving innovation worldwide. This event marks a significant step towards empowering the academic and professional aspirations of students and educators in a globally connected world. This e-workshop is a crucial platform for bringing the gap between aspirations and opportunities. By pursuing these opportunities, you not only gain world-class education or work experience, but also develop critical thinking, cultural adaptability, and a network of peers and mentors from diverse backgrounds. Institutions and mentors have to play a crucial role in guiding the students towards such opportunities. Such type of workshops are really essential for raising awareness, providing resources, and offering personalized support. I urge all of you to view these opportunities not just as a means of personal growth, but as a way to contribute to your communities and the world at large. You are the change makers of tomorrow, and your journey begins with determination, hard work, and a willingness to learn. Dear participant, as you leave this workshop, remember that this is not the end, but the beginning of your journey. The information and the inspiration you have gained here must now be translated into action. I encourage all of you to dream big, prepare thoroughly, and seize the opportunities that come your way. Remember, the world is waiting for your talent, ideas, and innovations. I extend my heartfelt thanks to the organizer for this workshop, for their vision and dedication in creating this platform. My gratitude also goes to the esteemed speakers. These are the young scientists and these resource person. They have given a very good information in this event. For I especially thanks on behalf of Science College Nanded as the ex-principal of this college for sharing their invaluable knowledge and experiences. Lastly, to the participant, your enthusiasm and curiosity make this workshop meaningful and impactful. Thank you one and all for participation in this fruitful and inspiring workshop. Thank you once again.
Thank you, sir.
Over to the okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir,
No.
for your inspiring address. You have always inspired us in very extensive way. Your extensive experience and dedication to the education, we have always been it has been an inspiration to us all. Now, let us carry forward the knowledge we have gained and the connections we have made as we continue to strive for excellence in our academic pursuits. Remember, the world is full of opportunity. We have to grab it. Now, as we are concluding this session, I request Dr. Rohit Gavis sir to kindly perform the vote of thanks. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Our society's patron, Honorable Dr. Venkatesh Kabde, sir, President of Nanded Education Society, Vice President, CA Praveen Patil, sir, or our society's secretary and joint secretary on all the other body members. I thank for this opportunity they given us. I thank convener of this program, Professor Lakshman Shinde sir, and co-convener Professor Aruna Suklame, Vice Principal or colleges. I thank you so much for your guidance or your valuable time for. I thank you, estimate speakers, Dr. Vishal Dwivedi sir, Dr. Honuma Reddy sir, Dr. Mohammad Sariq sir, for your valuable guidance and your time. I'm thank you, our organizing team, coordinator Dr. Vijay Narwade sir, our organizing secretary and head of the department, physics and electronic, Dr. Mr. Ravinash Gadge sir, and also Srikant Dulewad sir. I I thank you all the teaching and non-teaching or technical support from Ganesh Ghatole sir and Mr. Gautam Wagmare sir, our departments HOD Gadge sir, Dulewad sir, Narwade sir, Shinde ma'am, Sachin Patil sir, our departments PhD students and all non-teaching staff, Baban Phule Mama, Savne Mama, Vijay Savne Mama, Bhaikar Mama, and IQSC coordinator, Kulkarni ma'am. I thank all to participant and all the member of organizing team and all supportive, and also thank our ex-principal Dr. D.U. Govi sir to your valuable time. I thank you all to participant and all of the you.
Thank you. There is an important announcement for all the participants. A feedback form link will be provided in the chat box and your WhatsApp group. So you have to fill it with your full name, your college name in detail, so that we can print out or provide you e-certificates. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Gavi, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, and congratulations, Dr. Narwade, Vijay Kiran Narwade, and
Thank you for nice organization. Hearty congratulations, all of you.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, right. It's a grand success. A very good speaker you invited.
Yes, yes.
And that's why the opportunity is grabbed by our students. Very nice.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Yes, yes.
This is the first of the kind in our college.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Thank you.
Yes, Dr. Narwade, sir, congrats.
Thank you, sir. Because of your motivation.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.